Swaddy Carb, welcome to Thailand. My name is Rob and this is Project Bangkok. And today I'm not going to be jumping off of moving boats, getting VIP tours by monks, or generally running around Bangkok like an absolute madman. If you want to see all that, you should check out my other videos. But today we're going to be talking about living in Bangkok for $1,000 US. That nice round figure of $1,000 US. Can it be done? Short answer. Yes, it can. Thank you for watching the video. But yeah, like seriously, can it be done? Yes, it can. And I've done a breakdown of how you would spend that money. But you have to be careful with it. And not only I'm not going to just sit here and chuck numbers at you, going right, this costs this, and this. I want to give a bit of context as to why and what you should be thinking about when sort of making these plans in your head. Because before you come here, you should have some kind of idea. Although you can wing it, it's just good to have an idea of certain things. Yeah, let's stop wasting time and get into it. Right, so I'm going to start off with the main one, the one that you need to consider the most. It's accommodation and location. And location is very important because although you could choose a cheaper accommodation which is a little bit further out from the city or wherever it is you want to live, you might be spending more money on things like public transport or food. If you've not got any like night markets or local food places, you're going to struggle to find places to eat, and then overall it's just going to end up costing you more money even though you're saving money on the rent. So I would highly recommend doing your research as to where you want to live, what kind of environment you want around you. Do you want like the party environment? Do you want it to have nobody there whatsoever? But then at the same time, what conveniences do you want near to you? Do you want a supermarket near to you? Do you want sort of like, I don't know, do you want a gym near you? You need to really weigh these things up. Now you can get accommodation here in Bangkok for as little as, well, I've seen it for 4,000 baht. If you have a look on Fazwaz or Hit Flat, there's plenty of condos on there for 4,000 baht, and these got aircon as well. I'm not going to go that low. I've put this price list together and I'll explain why towards the end, because it gives you a little bit of room to move within that $1,000. Right, so accommodation. We're going to kickstart the accommodation price at 6,000 baht. Now this is cheap. Now this will get you a condo in a fairly decent area close to a BTS with a pool and a gym. So the condo is not going to be great, it's not going to be the biggest, it's not going to be the newest, but for 6,000 baht you can't complain. And that's $185. So you've kickstarted things with $185. And this is not going to be your main expense, trust me. And along with the condo, you're going to need to pay for electric and water. And that's going to come roughly to around $66. Let's say $70. That's about 2,190 baht. It depends how much you're going to stay at home. Obviously, I work from home a lot. I'm spending nearly 2,000 baht per month on electric alone. But again, that's because I'm using the aircon. I use it all night and pretty much all day when I'm home editing or just chilling out. I've always got the aircon on. So again, it's going to differ depending on what your lifestyle is and how tolerable you are to the heat as well. And again, location is going to be key for that as well. If you're in a high-rise condo and you're right at the top, your condo's just going to get hotter. It's just the way heat works. But if you're out in the sticks and you've got nothing around you and you don't mind the fan, you've got like nice breeze coming through your place, then you might not have the aircon on at all, so you're going to save a shed load of money there. So it's just something worth considering. So like I said, $66 on top of that. Other things to consider are whether you need home broadband or not. Now I've got fibre in my condo and it's quite pricey, to be honest. The only reason I got that was so I could upload really fast at the end of the day, but nobody needs that. When I first come here to Thailand, and another thing to consider, right, so I got my AIS SIM when I first arrived here. I got a year contract and I thought, right, I'm going to get AIS in my condo when I moved in. Now when I moved into the condo, they said, oh no, this building only supports True. So I now have True Fibre and AIS on my mobile phone. But True gave me a separate SIM card as well, so I've now actually got two contracts. So it's just worth considering before you get your mobile phone contract to find out what your condo restrictions are, because ideally you want to get a package with all in one, so you've got like the home broadband, the mobile and the TV like all together, and you can get yourself a good deal. But to save money, for the sake of today's video, we're just going to go with the mobile broadband, because what you can do is you can tether your phone to your laptop or whatever if you need to work. You know, in a pinch, it's absolutely fine. The upload speeds are great. I've talked about the connectivity here in Bangkok being absolutely amazing, the speeds on the mobile phones as well. So for now, we're going to stick with just unlimited on the phone, which is about 350 baht per month. Now food is going to be another one. Food is actually probably going to be one of your main expenses, apart from alcohol, but we'll get into that later. We'll stick with food for now. And it's all down to what kind of lifestyle you want to live and what kind of food you prefer to eat. If you can eat 100% Thai food, you are sorted. You're absolutely sorted. You're going to save so much money out here in Thailand. You're going to be fitting in with the locals. You're never going to struggle to find somewhere to find a good meal. But if you want to kind of mix it up a little bit, like I like to do, and sort of go like half and half Thai, and then the other half Western dishes, you're really onto a winner that way. But if you want to do 100% Western dishes, you're going to be spending maybe 2-3 times more money across the board. So it's really difficult to weigh this up, and again, everyone's in a different situation, so you need to work out what's best for you. So the way I look at it, spend between 200 to 250 US dollars. That's about 8,190 baht. We're going to go on the higher end of the $250, and yeah, we'll move on from there. Another thing to consider is insurance. Now, I've got a year-long insurance here with, I think it's AXA Thailand. There's loads of Facebook groups as well. We can get information about this. And this as well is 66 US dollars a month, which is what, 2,190 baht again. So we'll add that to the tally. We're going to put subscriptions for things, whether you've got like things like Netflix or I don't know, sort of any sports things or any other like subscriptions. We're just going to put another $30 for that on top as well. Now let's talk about transport. Now transport is a bit of a mixture really, because it's all about your risk tolerance. I know plenty of expats that live here and they say, oh, you have to have a motorbike. For me, I don't really want to ride a motorbike around the city, especially when I'm so close to the BTS and the MRT anyway. But if you were further out, I really do think a motorbike would benefit you. And if I was further out from the city, I would probably invest in that as well. And you probably save a lot of money. So you need to weigh up your pros and cons of how much you want to spend and how much your risk tolerance is with transport. But we'll put $50 aside for this, which is 1,750 baht. Miscellaneous items, things that you don't even think about. Toothpaste, toilet paper, stuff to clean the condo with, just random stuff. Going to get a haircut. And yeah, there's so many like little things that you don't think about. So when you first move into a condo, you think, oh, I need to get this, I need to get a sponge, I need to get, you know, sort of new bedding, things like this. It's just so many random things that you always need to buy when you're living. So we're going to put another $50 aside for that as well. Entertainment. So I'm going to give you $135 for entertainment. And that's for things like going to the cinema, going out for a meal. There's all sorts of stuff to do. And the good thing about Bangkok is there's so many things to do that are free. I've been to New York and London and Paris and everything else, and a lot of events and things to do will cost you money, but so much in this city is free to do. So I think 135 for entertainment is pretty generous. So roughly when you add all of that up, it comes up to $835. And you think, well, wait a minute, that's not 1,000. No, you're right, it's not 1,000. And that leaves you with $165 to play with. Now, $165 is not going to get you far. And don't forget, I've not incorporated alcohol into this list. So let's talk about that for a minute. How often do you go out? How much do you like to go and party, indulge and enjoy yourself? Are you going to do this once a week, every other week, maybe once a month? It's not cheap here in Bangkok. Unfortunately, alcohol in Bangkok is nearly twice as much as other places, you know, like Phuket and Pattaya and Hua Hin. There is a premium here in the city, so you need to take that into consideration. Other things you need to take into consideration for that last $165 you've got. Is there a day trip? Do you want to go out? Buying clothes? Do you want to have massages? Do you want a better condo or a better location? Do you want to use that 165 to maybe get a 7,000 baht condo, so you're closer to other amenities? These things you all need to consider, and it's a fine balancing act, I think, between having some money spare for a rainy day, you know, in case something goes wrong, and just being like living week on week, you know, paycheck to paycheck, and using that $1,000 every month. Now, personally, I couldn't live in Bangkok for 1,000 US dollars. I don't think I would enjoy it. It all depends on what you're doing here and what your needs are. So you need to weigh these things up, write them down, and make a plan for yourself. Work out where you can shave off a few baht here and there. You know, you might think, well, I don't need unlimited internet, Rob. I'm not uploading videos. I just need like 10 gigabyte of internet. Then fine, you can save a few hundred baht here. Or if you don't drink, then ideal, you can spend more money on food. Like I said, if you're eating a Thai diet, then you're absolutely sorted with your food costs. $250, that's going to be way over budget for what you need. But if you're just purely on a Western budget, then you're going to really struggle to eat Western, and it depends what kind of places you want to eat as well. Whether you're close to cheaper Western facilities, if that makes any sense, you know, because there are plenty of places here that are more expensive than back in the West. You know, you get yourself a meal and you think, well, hold on, this is more than me being back home. You know, so take all these things into consideration. But for the most part, you can live in Bangkok for $1,000. It's just whether you want to. It was kind of difficult for me to make and sort of work out how much you should be spending like here and there. Again, it's very relative to how people live and what they perceive to be a good way of living. Like I said, I've done my previous video about my condo here, and for me, this is luxury for me. I love this place, absolutely love it. But somebody else said, oh, that's not luxury. So it's all down to interpretation and opinion. And everyone's going to have an opinion on this. I've spoken to other expats, and they've gone, no, you need to have $3,000 a month, $4,000 a month, $5,000 a month. But they're going out every single night partying. They're indulging in expensive foods every day. And again, it's all relative and it's all down to personal opinions. So this is just my opinion. It can be done. I know people living here for this much and they're happy here. To have even just have a nice small condo with a pool and a gym, that's them happy. It's just a much better life than what they was getting back home. So again, thanks very much. Anyway, that's enough for me rambling. I'm gonna go and jump on some boats or get some more VIP tours by monks, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.